So this is the turnaround for Skipton Castle Woods. Don't go yet, because we've got a nice little adventure that we're going to go on. There's not much river to walk alongside there, is there? Through this gap. It just takes you up to what's called a leat. It takes us out to a venture. It takes us out towards some of the hills and mountains that dominate the skyline above Skipton. There's the leat. A little bit muddy along the path and narrow. Over the stile we'll go. Bridge. We've walked maybe a quarter of a mile, that's all, along this main road. Now we're going to cross into the fields, head up around the back of the housing estate. I'll show you what we're heading towards just in a sec after I've crossed the road. Try to do everything safely. Cross the brook, up the field, thicker line of grass. So that's a good sign to look out for when you're looking for the paths people take. And that big lump there up above the back of the houses is Embsay Crag. That's what we're aiming for. Don't know why I just showed you a cow path. Told you it was along the back of the houses. Just between the wall, literally the back of the houses. Wall styles are very much a feature I'm finding of walks in Yorkshire. I don't think I've ever found as many. It's June. There's going to be nettles. Feel like I should whisper coming up this bit. And another thing I've found is I definitely need practice with this gimbal. Break out at the top here to what looks like it was a mill pond. And there's a cat come to say hello. Yes, you like to say hello, don't you, little cats? We were going to get the wall. And now we're heading up country lane for a bit. There's not much point trying to talk to camera in the wind that I've been walking in. So just walked up the main road, jumped over a wall near Embsay Reservoir, and I'm just sat out the wind in the quarry. Still nowhere near the top of Embsay Crag. It is a lot further than it looked in the village, but that's one of the joys of walking in the hills. Perspectives are different. That's our destination up there, centre screen, just those few rocks poking their head up. There's no excuse for this. No excuse at all. It, the head of the lion, and you could probably hear really windy, and it's not even the worst of days. People are going to wonder, especially family and friends, why on earth I've gone and done something like jack my job and take a risk on starting my own business, doing this, going out, finding walks with the intention of leading them. But I genuinely feel like the experience I've got on the hills, the views that I've got on looking after the environment, the thoughts I have on actions we can take to help with that, the feeling that I have about the importance of the connection that we've lost between city and countryside, and how life on these moorlands affects our life everywhere. I think I've got relevant experience with mental health, not just personal experience, but from that mental health first aid point of view. And I think all these things knit together nicely. I think I can help people, genuinely think I've got something to offer. If it turns out in a year or so, whoops, that I got that wrong, I'll go back to working. But to be honest, it's more scary not to take the risk now than it is to take it. I'm old enough and I've been here long enough. I'm just tired of other people's bullshit, and I can only see it getting worse. I stepped up from a team leader job into a management job, and I found it was the worst thing that I could have done. I've been stuck at a desk. It's done me no good at all physically. My eyes have deteriorated at a rate of, well, I just didn't anticipate how quickly my eyesight would disappear staring at a computer screen all day, and how stiff and achy and old sitting at a desk has made me feel. I'm better moving around. I've known that for a long time, really, but I can also see that that's finite when you work for someone else. So I need to do my thing. I think there's more longevity in it, there's more future in it. I have to give it a go, because frankly not doing scares me more. If I don't, I'm going to go to my grave wishing that I had, and that grave might come a lot sooner. I don't want to go yet. I'm not scared of going, but I don't want to go yet. I know there's lots of other people out there putting things like this on the internet, so I know I'm in a competitive market, and this is my first video, so I'm not expecting anybody to think it's wonderful. I certainly don't think it's wonderful. I can see lots of mistakes that I've made already in the filming. I hope there's some value in what I'm doing for people. I hope that those of you who do take a look will be kind enough to give me some feedback. Let me know what things you like, what things you don't like, what's interesting, what's not. I won't be upset by anything anybody says. If you just want to say it's shit, don't bother. Tell me why it's shit, and that'll help, and I can deliver something better next time. A lovely leaving present from the lads at work. It really was a pleasure working with you, and I hope you like my idea of putting your gift to good use. Cheers Ian, JT and the rest of the gang. And of course the bottle goes back in the bag, the bottle top goes back in the bag, and I do not leave any litter here. I leave these hills in at least as good a condition as I found them. Try maybe to leave them a bit better. There's where we've been, Embsay Crag, actually sitting where the water really ought to be. The reservoir is pretty low.